What's up, people? In this video, we're going to do this. Why you should look your best every day, life-changing fashion cafe. I don't know who this girl, Evelina, is. I'm just like honestly picking a random video from what's being recommended to me by YouTube. I've actually thought this in my head that recently, like, I wonder if YouTube is reading my mind. Well, she gets points for the.
Let me see.
Fuck.
I can still remember how to do this. Fashion.
She gets points for the snazzy intro music. Like, wow. Okay, let me clear that up really quickly. Really quick before we get into this video, I have thought this also many times. That, like, you know, because I to be real here, I dress like a bum. My hair is a mess. I generally don't put anything in it. Also, I'm traveling kind of now. Like, I don't live anywhere permanently, so like, I don't know any of these people. I'm never gonna see them again. If they see me with like bushy hair, and literally, I've been wearing this shirt for like 3 days. If they see that, like, do I really care? No. However, I have thought occasionally. I thought to myself, also recently, what if I actually put care into my appearance every single day and did not leave the house without making sure that I looked as good as possible, right? Like, whatever, as a man, you know, maybe you need to shave, maybe you need to make sure your eyebrows are, you know, looking normal, maybe put something in your hair, maybe make sure your shirt is clean or ironed, or, you know, whatever, all the stuff you need to do. Because I've noticed that when I, like, your clothes and style, they matter, but they don't matter, right? It's like the looks and money thing. Like, I noticed this when and just really quickly, and then we'll get into the video, I promise. But I noticed this when I started to sell hair straighteners, right? I started out, was brand new, and I wasn't very good. I was wearing crappy clothes because I didn't have any money to buy good clothes. Eventually, I got better wearing the crappy clothes, and I was like, okay, it's time for me to step it up. I'm gonna buy nice clothes. So then I switched. I started wearing nice clothes, and my sales went up. I was like, wow, it's the clothes, right? Was it the clothes? Was it that I had more confidence, that I looked better? Maybe a little bit of both. As I got more experience, one day I just got lazy and I was like, you know what? Like, fuck this. Like, I'm not wearing nice clothes today. I'm gonna wear my like sweatshirt and like ratty jeans and tennis shoes. Still crushed it, right? So you end up going back and forth. Reminds me of one thing that RSD Tyler said. You know, whatever. If you don't know what that is, like, whatever. I'm not to tell you. He's talking about looks and money, and he's like, you know what? Like, when I started out doing pickup, I thought looks and money mattered, but then I kept doing pickup more. I realized looks and money don't matter. But then I kept doing it, and I realized looks and money matter. Then I did it even more. I realized they don't matter, right? So you go back and forth. It's like the Bruce Lee, a punch is a punch kind of thing. Anyway, let's watch this video. Like, that's why you want to watch this, right? Not me.
It's Evelina's Fashion Cafe. Woo! Mom's still not. You guys have been asking me to bring back this intro. Here you go. I love you. I listen to you. I read all the comments. Grab yourself a little cup of coffee, tea, whatever you please. We are back to talk about fashion, better and bigger than before ever, hopefully. Before you get started, please give this video a like. Since you're already here, it doesn't cost you anything. Just push a little like button. Hopefully it will reach some more people that used to enjoy fashion cafes, or even new people that are welcome here. Today, I did not pick this topic by accident. I wanted to start the Fashion Cafe series on a really high note, and I'm so passionate about this topic. It is something that I discovered recently in my life. You know, I've been on this earth for a couple years, and you'd be surprised that just now I'm starting to get this. So I wanted to share with you guys this epiphany that I had. It's interesting because what I'm about to talk about, there are two extremes. There are the people that do all that and like go way too many steps to be able to leave the house, and then there's the people that are chill. I want to say I'm like way more on the chill side, whereas my mom is like all the way over here. And one advice that I really just now, I'm starting to like listen to my mom. She said, always look put together. My mom's the type of person, I mean, she's a teacher. She would always like be in a pinstripe suit and hair done, makeup done, heels, always look put together. There's not a single person that she can see without like putting herself together. The only time I see her in like hair curlers with no makeup is just like whenever she's at home and I go to bed. So every single day she made it a point that no matter where she goes, she can go to the post office, she can go to Ralph's, she can go to whatever she can go, she always looks put together. Now, for me, I always thought that's kind of a prison. It's like, why, you can't even leave the house if you like don't do all these steps. Like, you can't let people see you if you don't have like this mask on. And I'm just now starting to realize that she kind of has a point. Now, this is not a shallow video kind of talking about always being glam and super put together, because let's face it, most of the time we don't want to put the effort to put on full glam, and most of us aren't full glam girls. I'm not. However, I want to talk about the importance of putting yourself together every single day and how that's going to change your life and how to do it, what I mean by that, and why I'm so passionate about it.
Okay, I like this so far. Is she Russian? I wonder if she's Russian. Yeah, check out my Russian channel. Okay, so why do I ask if she's Russian? Because this is very common with Russian people, right? Like, you know, when I moved to Israel, you have a very large Russian population there, and with a large Russian population anywhere, you're going to get things like Russian restaurants, Russian nightclubs, Russian bookstores, like whatever. Because, you know, Russians, they have fairly strong culture, and they like what they like, and there is some assimilation that goes on wherever they go. But first generation immigrants from Russia, of which there are a lot in Israel, will generally, you know, they want their creature comforts. They want their same food and to read their books and to see signs in Russian for restaurants. Anyway, one of the distinctions that I noticed between, let's say, an Israeli restaurant and a Russian restaurant, or an Israeli nightclub and a Russian nightclub, is that an Israeli restaurant is very casual. It's very, with the waiter and the, you know, restaurant customer talk to each other is very like casual, very friendly, like, okay, what's up, what would you like? We're gonna have this, okay, we're gonna have that, okay, I'll bring it to you right now, right? In a Russian restaurant, which I had the opportunity to work in a few times, it's much more formal, right? Like, you're the waiter, you are not on the same level as the customer. You are there to serve the customer only. You are not there to make small talk, you're not there to smile, you are not there to make sure that they have a pleasant dining experience in any way, shape, or form. You are there to bring them their food and to constantly refill their vodka without them having to ask, and to be, I don't want to say seen and not heard. Like, you're not even supposed to be seen. You're not seen and not heard, and just do your job knowing what you should do, right? And like, the only reason that the Russian restaurant customer would speak to you is to show everybody else at the table that he can order you around and tell you to do whatever he wants. That is your job, right? But to maintain a certain level of dignity, right? Not to do it as like a little worm, but to do it as a professional, like, dignified server, right? Because like there's no honor in ordering around a worm. However, there is a little bit of honor in ordering around somebody who is professional, right? Anyway, also Russian nightclubs. Like in Israel, like you can go out, you can pretty much go to a club in like flip-flops. You know, like you can go in like jeans and flip-flops and a t-shirt and nobody really cares. Yeah, fine, some are maybe some are like more elite, but like nobody really cares. But like at a Russian nightclub, you better wear like your nice shoes, you better wear nice clothes, you better look like you are going to a nice place. Otherwise you will not get in, straight up. Like, your Russian whatever, throw like a handful of money at the person, maybe that'll work, but like people aren't going to do that in Israel anyway. So anyway, the point, I had a lot of Russian friends in Israel, and one of them, I remember one time, would talk about, he was making a joke about how Russian people never leave the house without looking their best. And he made a joke, he's like, yeah, like, you know, I see you outside wearing your like $300 shoes or whatever. I know you literally like just woke up and you're going to the supermarket down the street to like buy some sugar for your coffee, but like, you know, you're going to like walk your dog and you're like $300 shoes. Like, made a joke about that. It's not really funny because I don't remember the joke, but he mentioned that. Anyway, I'd like to hear more, Evelina. Tell me more.
I want to take it back quite a few years ago, back when I was in high school and college. And I don't have a lot of regrets in life, but this is one thing I really, really regret, and I'll tell you why. So I remember being in high school, and I never wanted to be one of those girls who like has to wake up 2 hours early and like, do her makeup and put herself together and like have this like look about me that I have to upkeep. Like, I wanted to preserve my special like makeup put together look for like special occasions. Basically, I wanted to be like the super regular, whatever, normal girl, and then all of a sudden, like twice a year, I show up and I'm like, boom, like this is my special outfit, like special hair. Also in college, I remember I had an office job. I was the assistant to the dean, so for the entire year, I had sort of a front desk office job. I had my own office, then I was promoted to the front desk or whatever. And I had a little system that would allow me to get as much sleep as possible, which meant I had to wake up at 6:45. I had 15 minutes to brush my teeth, put my hair in a ponytail, pick my outfit. Then I had like 10 minutes to eat and 30 minutes to drive to college and go to work. And I just remember looking back how I never felt good about myself, how I never felt too confident about speaking to people. Like, I was basically the face that like greet people to walk in, but I just felt like I don't need that, you know, as long as I get enough sleep, I just put on my hoodie, like I'm gonna be fine, I'll be okay. But I felt like I never really reached my full potential to what I can do when I feel confident and I feel good about myself. And before you're gonna go into this whole, like, you don't need makeup to feel beautiful, you don't need an outfit, like, your confidence should come from within, I think I wrote 10 points as to why it's so important to put yourself together before you leave the house. So before you type an angry comment, listen to what I have to say and then let me know what you think. Number 1, dress.
Okay, so she's gonna go into 10 points. It's gonna be one of those videos. Good title for this would have been 10 reasons why you need to look your best every day. Whatever, anyway, who cares? So the more that I watch this, the more I'm like getting encouraged to also adopt this type of philosophy. which, you know, if you've watched any of my videos, you know I'm a super chill person. I'm from LA. I love the beach. Like, I think having, going to the gym and exercising for an hour or two a day is basically as much effort as you need to put into your appearance, right? That's my general philosophy most of the time. And I tend to shy away from places and situations where you are judged on your fashion, your clothing, and your, let's call it, put-togetherness, right? I know that I do that. However, I think to myself sometimes, I'm like, maybe I'm also, not maybe, I'm definitely missing out on my potential by not playing the game, right? By not wearing the nice clothes, by not taking care of my appearance beyond like working out at the gym. I have kind of a similar attitude where, like, except for me, it's about fitness. It's like, okay, normally I'll just wear t-shirt and whatever basketball shorts, and then when I'm at the beach, I'll take off my shirt and I'll be in good shape and everybody will be like, wow, right? With her, it's like wear fancy clothes to a gala or something. But like she said, and I've noticed this on other people as well, when you know that the extra care that you've put into your appearance is affecting the way people treat you, you automatically act more confident, right? Which is why, like, random example, but like, if you go, if I go out at night, let's say, right? Like, girls who go out at night, they get dressed up, they put on makeup, they wear sexy clothes, they wear heels, whatever. They put, you could argue, as much effort into their appearance as possible. And how do they act when they're out, as opposed to when they're at the supermarket in their sweatpants? Much more confident, right? You could call it conceited or egotistical. Okay, fine. It's a little extreme in those cases. But they act more confident because they feel like they look their best. I'm not saying you need to, like, be a snob or anything like that, but it just goes to show you that when you feel like you look good, you feel more confident, and that's generally a good feeling.
Dressing up or picking a cute outfit every day doesn't mean that you have to give up comfort. And whether you work from home, or you are a mom and you have to take the kids to school, or you go to college, you go to high school, you go to a 9-to-5 job, always pick out something that you put a little bit of an effort into. Now, I don't mean that you have to, like, dress up in a pin suit and, like, look all, like, do the nines, but something that wasn't just like, ugh, like, let me reach for this t-shirt, like, whatever, because today's not a special day. Today I'm not really, like, gonna see anybody, or I'm not gonna do anything, or I don't feel like it. You truly are setting yourself up for the attitude of the day and how you feel about yourself. Let me know if you guys want me to do a detailed video on how to put outfits together for specific jobs, specific days. I would be more than glad to do so. Second point.
Okay, so first point is basically, like, you don't necessarily have to get dressed up, but at least put some sort of effort, like, go beyond zero, basically, right? Whether that's like for me, I'm just thinking to myself, like, choose a clean shirt, right? Don't wear the same shirt 3 days in a row, right? This whole idea, like, you could think of it like idea of getting 1% better every day, right? Like, today, maybe from now on, I'll make sure to choose a clean shirt every day, not one that I've worn 3 days in a row, for example. And then the next day, maybe, like, I didn't shave this morning, maybe shave every day, right? I go through periods where I shave versus don't shave. Some girls like the stubble, whatever. Anyway, I think there's value in that for sure. And yeah, you don't need makeup to, like, be confident and blah, blah, blah. If you're a girl, be confident without makeup. But, like, bottom line, like, let's look at it practically. If you wear makeup and you wear clothes that are flattering and you look like you put effort into your appearance, you'll be treated differently by other people. That's not me. That's not the patriarchy. That's society, how it works. It's human evolution. You can choose to play the game or choose to not play it. Again, don't do what I do, because I clearly, like, unintentionally, I think, have been, like, bucking the trend and trying to not play the game just by, like, my lifestyle, right? But still, I'm aware of the fact, I don't dress like a bum, right? And, like, have bad hair because I'm, like, making a statement, right? I'm just lazy and I don't care, but I should care. I really should. Like, imagine what else I could accomplish, how much more seriously people would treat me if I, like, had a nice haircut and wore nice clothes, right? I don't know. I think I do pretty well.
It lifts your self-esteem because you automatically put a little bit of an effort and thought of how you're going to look today, and you gave yourself the self-respect and the time to put something together, which ultimately brings me to the next point. It does lift your self-esteem because as days go by and you just kind of put something together without putting thought into it, you start to develop, like, a very sad kind of overall feeling. And I remember how I felt months and months at a time, as if it's like I was living in, like, this timeline that was leading up to something more important than what I'm doing right now. Like what I'm doing right now is not that important, so I'm just gonna wear whatever, look whatever, and then whenever there is something important, then I'm gonna dress up for that. The point is that if you try to treat every single day like it's a special occasion, life is gonna smile back at you. You're gonna get more opportunities. Like you're gonna want to run into people that you've been avoiding. For me personally, which brings me to the next point, is that
Okay, so really quick, she's kind of all over the place, but that's what did she say? Okay, to raise your self-esteem. Kind of an obvious point, but the way that she described that actually happening is that when you don't put care into your appearance, let's call it, you feel like every day is the same and what you're doing right now is not special. However, there's this time in the future where things will be special and things will be good, and but the special time is not now. But when you take the care to dress nicely on a daily basis, every day is a special day, and you maybe are like a little bit more outgoing in ways that you wouldn't have been outgoing before, because you are benefiting from the, let's call it, magic of looking your best all the time. Very interesting point that presents, I guess, a new way of thinking about something like this.
I'm so much more likely to get out of the house if I look cute, I'm so much more likely to say yes to opportunities or things or like invitations from my friends, even if I'm home not doing anything. If I already put myself together, I'm like, you know what, I look cute, whatever. If I walk into a grocery store and someone put together, I'm more likely to make eye contact with people and nicer to people. I'm just more communicative because I feel like, here I am. I'm presenting the best version of myself. I'm letting my personality shine, because how my look is right now is like, I feel good about it, Also, you never know who you're gonna run into. I don't know how and why the universe works in mysterious ways. Every single time you run into an enemy, a bad ex-boyfriend, ex-girlfriend, for my boys here too, you're gonna be looking like shit. And you are like, well, why? Why is it always like this? It can't happen if you're looking cute all the time. Next point, although it seems
very interesting. Makes you more outgoing, makes you more willing to say yes to opportunities when you already look good. Those are all good things. It's kind of funny how people will espouse this like positive personal development stuff, like put your best face forward, but makeup doesn't matter. It's all on the inside. Okay, but the outside matters too. Like if you look at yourself in the mirror and you see that you look like shit, you're gonna feel bad, okay? Right? If you see that you look amazing, you're gonna feel good. And when you feel good, you are able to put your best face forward, right? It's the whole idea in fitness, like you should try and get fit to make the lives of the people in your life better. You should try and get rich to make the people's lives in your life better, right? Not necessarily just for yourself, but for other people that you care about, who you want to help, right? What else did she say that I thought was interesting? More likely to make eye contact. People treat them, I don't think she said this, but people treat her nicer. I noticed, when I moved back to LA a long time ago after I got out of the army, I tried living in LA. I tried living in LA for 6 months and didn't really work out. It was like the height of the recession. But I got a bunch of sales jobs that required me to wear like a black button-down collared shirt and black like slacks with like dress shoes. And this was also right around the time where I started going out a lot at night to practice pickup, actually, ironically enough. And I noticed how nice girls were to me if I opened them, if I was wearing nicer clothes. I was like, wow, like these girls are actually like being nice and like talking to me instead of giving me like this like blasé like look. I was like, and the only thing I could think of was the clothes, right? That was literally the only difference. There was no other difference. It wasn't like what else could there have been? I'm still the same person, just wearing different clothes. There's a famous Mark Twain quote. It says, the clothes make the man, and then the rest of it is like, because naked people don't get much done in life, something like that.
And I always want to be that person that's like, I want them to like me for my personality, and I want them to like me because I'm a good person. Unfortunately, people will take you more seriously if you're put together, and that goes with anything. Let's say you are stuck in a situation where you have to argue a parking ticket, you're going to check out your new apartment that you're going to rent, you're going to talk to the dean's office, wherever you're going, anytime you're put together, you have a little bit of a look going on, people are just going to talk to you differently, they're going to respect you differently. And also, you never know who you're going to meet for the first time, so that's going to be the first impression that you give to someone. And also, if you're watching this video and you think like, oh my god, now I have to be in this continuous prison that I have to look good at all times, I'm not even allowed to leave the house unless I have da-da-da-da-da. Otherwise, nobody can see you without a full face of makeup and a cute outfit or whatever. Let's take like the lowest form of getting ready or putting myself together. For example, I'm going to Ralph's to like pick something up, or I'm just going downstairs to like talk to my neighbors. Instead of just going as is, I'm just gonna look at myself in the mirror. It takes me exactly 2 minutes. I brush my hair, put it back in the ponytail, do a little bit of blush. If I need concealer, I can add concealer. If I don't need that, I don't need that. I just put a shirt that doesn't look like it was spilled, nothing on it. I look at my shoes, I check that I look put together. And sometimes your friends will be like, well, you don't need that, you look great, but you don't need to put makeup on, or whatever it is that is like part of your beauty routine. It's not just so much that, which brings me to the next point. Putting yourself together is part of your self-care routine. It is something that you can do for yourself that just does something for you psychologically. So it doesn't have to be like false lashes and like, this crazy whatever look. Even just looking at yourself in the mirror a little bit, like seeing what you can do, what you can put yourself together, add a little highlighter, add a little bronzer, a little something that just like in your heart, you're like, all right, I'm ready now. I put a little bit of effort in myself. I feel better about myself. Let's go. Another weird thing that works that I noticed, and this is
psychological effect of, let's call it self-care, not to be underestimated, right? What I thought of when I listened to her say that is that, like, okay, when you're in the army, or when I was in the army, there's a lot of emphasis on making sure you have all your equipment and making sure you are not losing anything, I guess, which is kind of the same thing. And that combined with the fact that you're always, you know, what do you do, like when you're in the field, or what did we do at least, is we would march to a certain point, maybe set up a place to sleep or a place to eat or something, put all our stuff down, and you know, whatever, do what we had to do, and then get everything and leave, right? And sometimes we're unpacking lots of stuff, setting up tents, like whatever, there's like shit everywhere, right? And when you leave, like, you don't want to forget anything, because like if you leave like one of your knee pads or like your leather mat, like your multi-tool or a knife or like whatever, like you're not going to find that shit again in the middle of the wilderness. Like you're never going to find it, you know? So one of the things that we would do is it's called Srika Achona, which is like, okay, you've packed up all your stuff, you've got everything, you take one last look around before you leave. Even though you've already gone through everything, you know you have all your stuff, like you take one last look around just to make sure, right? And this is something I still do to this day, because I move around a lot, right? Every few months-ish, sometimes every few weeks, sometimes every few days. I'll leave wherever it is that I'm staying, and I'll have to pack up all my stuff, put everything away, make sure I have my passport, make sure I have my money, make sure I have all my toiletries that I need, shampoo, whatever. And every single time, what I do now, or I try to do it every single time, before I leave, I'll take one last look around in the wherever it is I'm staying, just to make sure that I didn't leave anything else. Most of the time, I don't find anything that I left, but occasionally I do. And it's less that you actually expect to find anything, and more the psychological effect of letting yourself kind of be at ease when you do it, right? Because then if I took that last look around, I don't think to myself, oh my God, did I leave my iPhone charger there? Like, oh no, did I leave this there? Did I that there? No, it's okay, I did my last look around, so it's fine. Kind of the same thing like this, but in reverse. It's like, well, no, I guess maybe not. Kind of the same thing.
This is for all of you that work from home or you're a stay-at-home mom. When you look more put together, it increases your productivity. Like, I noticed that I get so much more done if I just, like, as soon as I get up and put myself together, I just get more work done. Like, I just feel so cute. Let's go. Also, sometimes, like, I'll wear heels around the house, especially when I'm working at my desk. It just makes me feel so much more fearsome and that bitch. So there's this book. It's called The Power of Habit, I believe, and it talks about how it takes 21 days to form a habit. So if you're gonna leave this video, I want to leave you with one thing. Take 21 days and try every single day for 21 days to put yourself together. Whether that's full glam, medium glam, just put on, iron your shirt, you know, do a little blush, braid your hair, whatever you have to do. For 21 days, make it a point every single day to put yourself together and dress yourself and feel good and look good. And I want to hear from you how that's going to change your life. Because for me, it has honestly been one of the most life-changing things that I've done for myself. I feel like I've spent years and years not living up to my full potential, where I'm just like, you know what, like, I'm going to save my special blouse for a special occasion. I'm going to save this makeup look for this occasion. Every day is a special occasion. You have to live every day if it's your special day, because it opens up opportunities for even more special things to happen to you. Because honestly, you can type in the comments below, I genuinely don't remember the day where I was looking like a mess, kind of wanting to like be under the radar, just like drop my whole foods and leave and like not wanting anybody to see me, where I had a good day. The best days that I had are where I like put my best effort forward to present myself to the world, and that like lets my personality and everything else shine 10 times more. And at the end of the day, you should treat yourself as a friend that you want to help. So instead of just like leaving the house, whatever, putting something together, like, it doesn't matter, you're not giving yourself the best chances of seizing the day. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you are
Very important. Like, and you know, not just for girls, right? I think this is mainly for girls. Most of the examples she gives are for girls. She is a girl, so that makes sense. But like straight men of YouTube, you know, straight single men specifically, or even married men, you know, this I think is a valuable lesson as well for you, for any really human being on the planet. Let's call it what it is. Like, we have a limited number of days here, you know, and we don't know when our last day is going to be. And if you just have the attitude, as many of us do, of it's just another day, same routine, everything's the same, gonna do this, and you don't take any additional care in making it a special day, it's not going to be a special day. But what if every single day you woke up and you thought to yourself, you actually like genuinely thought to yourself, today is going to be a good day, all right? Today is a special day. Today is a special occasion. Something special is happening today. Because we all have special occasions, events we need to go to, things we need to do, graduation, wedding, whatever, where we get dressed up and we put extra care into our appearance, we're on our best behavior. What would happen if you lived every day like that, right? And it's easy to say to do that, but like if you're just wearing, you know, your crappy t-shirt that you've worn 4 days in a row, and you haven't shaved in a few days, and your hair looks like shit, and you're like in your hoodie, you know what I mean? It's hard to have that attitude. Whereas if you start with the external, and you put on, let's take women for example, you wear high heels, you put on makeup, you do your hair, like you take extra care. You know, you don't have to go like all out like as if you were going to a wedding, fine, but like you take an extra 10 minutes, 15 minutes to make sure you look good, or you look put together at least. That would make it much easier for you to treat the day in a special way. And honestly, like, let me leave my comment here. Loved this video, and I'm not even a girl. This is a concept that I think a lot of straight men would also do well to be exposed to, because we are notorious for the whole throwing on a hoodie and not caring about how we look thing. I am guilty of doing this as well. In fact, I rarely ever get dressed up or even care too much about what I wear, but no exaggeration, after watching this video, I'm going to take your advice and, I don't know, and start implementing some of the things you suggested. Great video. Whatever. A little try hard, but who cares? Yeah, cool. I liked it. Anyway, you guys got any more suggestions for it? Let me know. Leave me a comment. Peace.